Back with another classic, y'all. 1970 Monte Carlo. Stay tuned. Like I said, we'll take you all around her, get her on the test drive, and get her up on the rack for you. Let's get into it. So we got a super clean 1970 Monte Carlo. As you can see, it's finished in that forest green color. Super nice colorway. The whole car is actually, it's green interior, green top. I think it looks super clean. Moving down the body, as you can see, body's in pretty good shape. I didn't see any big dents when I walked around the first time, but we'll keep moving. Nothing to point out along the driver's side, I'm sorry, passenger side. Actually, we got a little bit of a scratch here. I don't even know, there we go. So we got a little bit of a scratch there. Trimmings running along the side, wheel well trim, all appear to be intact. No dents or waves that I can see on the passenger side rear quarter panel. Top appears to be in great shape. No splitting at the seams. And trim around the windshield looks nice and solid as well. Rear glass is solid, no cracks or anything. All the trim is intact around there as well. Paint is in pretty good shape. Again, I didn't see too many rock chips or paint chips that I could really point out. I think the green shows very well in sunlight as well. Rear bumper is solid. I don't see any dents, no chrome peeling or anything like that. And all the trim around the tail lights is intact as well. Looking down the driver's side, looks to be pretty straight. Didn't see any big waves or dents to point out. Again, top is in excellent condition. You can tell they didn't leave the vinyl sitting out in the sun its whole life. Driver's side door, nice and clean. And that front fender. Windshield solid as well, all trim intact, and we have no rock chips, no cracks or anything. Coming down the hood, she appears to be pretty aligned. We got a little bit of actually this is just a scratch. I don't think it's from the hood because there's nothing in there. So we got a little bit of a scratch there. Rest of the hood looks pretty solid. About a good driver's quality paint job. Let me get this open. I'm gonna put you down for a second. Here we go. Under the hood is super clean. You can tell that they painted under the hood. It looks like a satin black, but helps to really clean up the engine bay. I'm gonna assume that these inner wheel fenders are new because they look perfect. No dents, no surface rust or anything like that. They did a good job cleaning up under here. Engine obviously been repainted. It's a 350. AC does blow nice and cold, and we got power brakes, power steering. So real nice and clean engine bay for sure. Go ahead and shut this. Grab the keys, pop the trunk. Trunk is clean. Pretty sure at some point in time the weather stripping was replaced because this is super soft with no cracks in it. Got the OG jack stand in there. This is glued down, so I'm not gonna pull it too far, but I think you can get a good picture that clearly that trunk pan is nice and solid. We'll see more once we get it on the rack. Checking out the interior. Again, you got these cloth seats. Headliner is solid, no sagging, no stains that I can really point out. Back seat looks nice and clean, no rips, no tears, no stains, nothing really to point out there. And rear deck lid looks solid. Driver's side door panel, no rips, no warping of any kind. Power windows. Front bench seat, nice and clean. No rips or tears that I can see or point out. Got the OG Monte Carlo carpets. Carpet looks nice and clean. Dash. I thought this might have been a cap, but it's actually a dash. Dash is nice and straight too. We don't have any cracks here. Pretty clean. We'll check everything once we do the test drive, of course. Let me get on the passenger side. Again, carpet's in good condition. I like that the mats match with the carpet with the green trimming. Passenger door panel, again, no worries there. And passenger seat, no rips, no tears, no stains. Super clean 70 Monte Carlo. All right, we'll go ahead and get started on the test drive. That's from a cold start. I'm gonna go ahead and let this warm up a little bit. And then I checked too, man. I've been calling this a 70 the whole time. It's a 71. We got another 70 and I got them mixed up. So 71 Monte Carlo. I'll make sure I titled the video correctly, but I did call it wrong in the video. So it's a 71. AC is blowing cold. Already got it on right now. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off. Let's see if the radio works. Radio does work. Let's turn that off. I'm gonna just check and see if that lighter does come on. Left turn signal, right turn signal. Lights are on in the dash and I can see them reflecting in the car. Wipers work. Horn works. Everything else is manual, so pretty solid. What else? Reading 3/4 of a tank of gas. You can take that with a grain of salt. You know how those fuel centers are sometimes. No lights on the dash, so let me go ahead and turn this air on low. The fan is a little tiny bit, I don't want to say loud, but it's got a hum to it, but you know, to be expected, I guess. Brakes feel nice and solid, feel pretty firm. Check it after we go a little bit more. Yeah, the pedal is definitely firm. Once we get it on the rack, I think it's disc in the front and drums in the rear, but we'll check it later on. I can tell you the alignment is good. My hands are off the wheel and I'm tracking straight, but the steering wheel itself is cocked a little bit to the right. So little adjustment could be made there, but she's tracking straight down the street. And then when I'm hitting the brakes, she's still tracking straight as well, so no pulling. Throttle feels decent. I know it's just a mile, you know, mile 350, but still, she sounds good. I don't hear any issues that make me think there's holes in exhaust or anything like that. The response is decent for what it is. And also, the speedometer is working. Mileage reads 13,903. Yeah, throttle response is immediate, so that's a plus. Nice and quiet. I'm not hearing any rattles or anything. As you see, I got all the windows down. Nothing's rattling in the doors or anything, so that's a plus. I don't hear anything from under the hood at all, and nothing rattling in the trunk either. So nice and quiet ride, the way it should be. Suspension is pretty solid. I'm not bouncing all over the road. Doesn't appear to be too firm, but it's also not shockingly soft either. So once we get it on the rack, we'll see if anything's been done to it. Definitely a cool little cruiser for sure. And like I said, even though that pedal is firm, she's stopping with no issue. Like I can feel, you know, how far I need to get into it and everything. So stay tuned. I'm gonna go ahead and get her on the rack. All right, we got the 71 Monte Carlo up on the rack. Looking at the rear bumper again, it's pretty solid. I don't see any rust or any cracks that I need to point out. Actually, this underneath this car is super clean. It looks like it's been undercoated at some point in time. We do have a new gas tank. You can see the gas tank, trunk pans themselves are nice and solid. Frame extensions, all super clean. Nothing to point out at all in the frame. She appears to be nice and straight. I don't see any weld work or any rust spots either. The exhaust is definitely all original. You can tell by the surface rust. No holes or anything in it though. Getting up to the floor pans, again, I don't see anything that shows me any soft spots, any holes missing, but it has been undercoated. Just came off the test drive. No signs of any leak from the oil or trans pan. Let's keep going. And we got, I think this is just the, yeah, it's from the AC. It's just the water. All right. We do have disc brakes. Brakes are new up in the front. I don't know if you guys, yeah, there you go. New calipers up in the front. Everything else appears to be stock. Super clean underneath though. Front bumper is solid as well. Again, no dents, no cracks. Got a little discoloration from the bottom from things kicking up, and we are going to be replacing that tail, that little lens. I just noticed that, but that'll get replaced, so don't worry about that. Coming down the passenger side, everything looks super clean underneath the body and the frame. Again, straight, clean, no rust holes or anything I need to point out. And the inside, the wheel wells look like they've been coated as well, and those look clean. Driver side, again, rear quarter panel looks solid. Everything looks good. I am going to point out, I did see a little dent that I didn't notice earlier, right there on that corner. So there's a little dent on that body line, but everything else looks pretty clean. All right, so if you're interested in this 71, make sure you give us a call, 256-801-4409. Check us out at Rolling Museums on the website and Instagram. As always, appreciate you watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe below.